Mira. Hi. Been a couple productive days. I got laundry done, pulled out some more soles, published a video, and worked on some other ones and some other stuff. So yeah, it's time to get going. It was raining this morning, but seems like it'll just be cloudy with rain on and off for the rest of the day. Because of this wetness and just getting back on the bike again, just gonna take a easier route out of the city. And we're gonna work our way to Hyen. It's about 100 kilometers. Cruise along, take in the sights, and start to get used to the vibe of Peru. All these places have a different rhythm, it feels like to me, and it was kind of good to just stop in at San Isidro here and just kind of get used to it. Wow, it's been an interesting morning so far. Not raining. Everything is so lush and green because we're down below 600 meters. Oh my goodness. This is very low for us. Hey Mira? It's so low. What are you doing, crazy cows? Hola! Buenos dias! Hey, chillax, Mira. Hey, lay down. Mira got very excited over the cows, over me saying hello. It's been a rare treat riding on this pavement. Some of it's rough, some of it's smooth, but there is not much traffic here in this part of Peru, and that's really lovely. I really like that.
De frío, ¿verdad?
Depende de cuál parte del año.
Ah, ya.
Sí. Como aquí es como Canadá en verano.
Ahí, ya. También hace calor, ¿verdad?
Sí, en verano sí, pero en verano es frío. Yeah. -10 hasta -40. Todo es congelado.
Claro.
Yeah. Casa, agua, tu carro.
Tienes que...
Yeah. Wow. Es cada año hay una cosecha.
2 veces al año.
2 veces.
Cada 6 meses.
Cada 6 meses.
Sí.
Sí. Mira, ven. No muerde, es muy amigable.
Ah, sí, de repente quiere comer.
Mi compañera.
Está oliendo el arroz.
Sí. Ah, es con el bloqueo.
Claro, para que no salga de aquí. Cuando hay huequito,
Sí.
se escapa el grano.
Ok, entonces todo es muy lleno.
Sí, llenecito para que...
Okay. ¿Venden en Perú o en todos los países?
Todos los países
Sí.
se va. Transportan también.
Entonces, cuando puedo comprar arroz de Perú.
Ajá, claro.
Okay.
Sí, también.
¿Cuál tipo de arroz?
Sí, todo tipo de arroz.
Wow. Buen trabajo. Ok, caballeros. Nos vemos.
Listo.
Que
Gracias.
tengas un buen día. Good girl. Yeah. So you learned a little bit, eh? So, I don't know if you caught all that, but basically every 6 months, so they get 2 harvests a year, and there's lots of varieties, and they sell it all over the world. A lot of hard work. The guys we saw earlier planting rice would come back and harvest, and I suppose you know, if a farmer, I don't know if it's just during seasons or it's just they could rotate and then have harvests on a regular basis, you know? Who knows? I didn't get that. My Spanish isn't good enough for that kind of information, but I think those are the kind of things I love about travel, and meeting people are just interesting, you know, like he's packing the top of the bag with grass just before he does the final stitching to block the rice from coming through, because he can't stitch it up like a machine, it's all by hand. Yeah, he just packs it in the top, and then that blocks a bunch of the rice escaping, and he can close it up as best he can and call it good.
Buena mandarina, dulce, rica, dulce la mandarina, buena uva, dulce, dulcísima, riquísima la uva. Buen tomate criollo, buen tomate, buena cebolla.
Oh, are you still there? Yeah. Just taking a break in the shade for both of us here. We're under 600 meters. We got down to 400 and something. Yeah, it's incredibly hot down here. Not long after when I stopped to talk to the guys harvesting rice, it was clear that it was heating up. So yeah, just taking the shade while we can get it. We're gonna start keeping my eyes open for a good campsite. If there's something that has water, then yeah, we've been riding 4.5 hours. 4 hours 22 minutes of actual riding time. So yeah, if I did 5 hours plus 6 hours, that's pretty good. 5-6 hours a day I think would be maybe 7 hours would be enough. Good for her to take a little bit of a break. I don't want to overdo it since we've been in clouds for several days. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that friggin' feels amazing. All right. Under the mango tree. Such a big change in the heat, and we've gotten our riding in for today. I was riding by this place and I saw a guy supervising some machine work. Got a backhoe over here, and so parked Mira by his moto taxi, his tuk-tuk, and came over to talk to the fellow. His name's Pancho, and explained our situation, and Pancho said, yeah, no problem. First he was going to send us across the road because I think he would guess that we want a place to stay in, you know. Actually, I prefer it in the tent, so much better. Anyway, he was kind enough, he said, yeah, no problem, and we got a place to stay, to camp here tonight. And there's running water. It's a little cloudy, but that's okay. It'd still be okay for me to wash up in there, get the salt off my body, and it's good water for Mira. Aquí? Sí. Es perfecto. Gracias. Hay sombra, hay agua. He's just checking on us. And yeah, so kind of cool. This is just prepping the ground. That was a good day. Well, maybe we'll talk a little bit later, okay? Sound good? Yeah, lovely. Washed in the river. Smell smoke. I guess they're burning some slash piles maybe somewhere. Yeah, over that way. I just wanted to show you, this one's getting a little worn out, but this is my mitt here. So it's basically like a microfiber cloth that you could get at a lot of hardware stores really, or even dollar stores. This one here is quite smooth on one side and then rougher on the outside. I typically put the rougher on the outside. And then this one I just need to get repaired, although it is getting worn down. But basically I've had it folded in half and then stitched. And so it just creates a mitt, and I use this in the shower at home or whenever I have one. And so yeah, I can use a little bit of water in here and then rub off the salt, typically is how I do it. And then if I'm in the shower, I just use it as a shower mitt. And I can use it with shower gel or bar of soap or nothing, you know, or maybe just put some tea tree oil on there. I do that sometimes. And here in this irrigation ditch is what I used it. But this is a great thing. So you could take that with you and at least get the salt off your body, and your skin will feel so much better, even if it's cold. It's worthwhile. Typically start at my face and then arms and body, and then work my way down, because my shins will be the dirtiest just from the trail dust. And then I'll try and give it a rinse or a wash at some point during the day if I find some water, so that when I'm done for the day, it's not fully dirty. And then the reason why I choose a microfiber as opposed to cotton is it doesn't hold the water very much, and then I can just wring it out, and then it's pretty much ready to go for the next time. Yeah, hey. Yeah, we're just gonna set up camp here, you know, listen to an audiobook while I'm doing that. Paco just left. Pretty nice. We talked about families. You know, he's got 2 kids. I think they're in their 30s now. They live in Hyen, which is just down the road, about half an hour away. We were just talking about plans for the future here. This is all gonna be rice. So he figures he's got about 8 more days or so of preparation with the guy with the machine. It looks like he's done some rice here, but on a much smaller scale. I asked him, I think I understood that he had cows before. But yeah, it's funny. There's a mango tree here, and I was just laughing because Mira and I in Central America, we came pretty close to getting knocked on the head. One fell in the tent where the mangoes were ripe and fat and were falling out of the tree. And then later on, when we were in Costa Rica, the monkeys would sometimes drop them out of the trees nearby. This is going to be our spot here today. A lot of this ground is either freshly worked from the machine, and so it's really quite sandy, and I just don't want to track that into the tent, and then I got to get the tent stakes in. And this looks like it might be the best spot, even though it's still within sight of the road. I don't think anyone's going to come over anyway, because it's Paco's land. And then so yeah, it's sort of got a crust on it, but it's still pretty soft and doesn't have tons of sticks. So hey, can I come and say hello? Yeah. Paco's got 5 dogs, 2 small ones and 3 that are kind of, well, they'll be Mira's height, but they're not as big as Mira. Mira's a beast, aren't you? You're such a strong beast. Yeah. And I don't know if that was... Good morning. Hey, sweetheart, you got your stick? Yeah. Mira's more interested in stick this morning than food. I got a Peruvian brand of food, and I'm not sure that she likes it all that much. Not as much as stick anyway. And then I started out the night without the fly on the tent. It started to rain. But it's kind of nice this morning in a way, because it does mean that there's going to be clouds overhead as we make our way to Hyen. It's kind of a regional capital, it looks like. There's a fair amount more traffic, so we'll just have to be a bit more attentive on the road. You gonna bring your stick? Bring your stick. Are you done chewing? Are you done chewing? Nah. Okay, let's get going. Girl, Mira. Easy. Easy. Holy smokes, is it humid this morning. Good training, right? Well, it's raining again. Oh. All right. These are big drops. Way too hot to zip this thing up. Gotta be adaptable out here. Oh, it's no longer just fitting. It's pouring. Sorry about the foggy lens. Just the way it is out here. On the road, we're rolling into Hyen, and we've been passing through rice paddies on both sides of the road. But now what I'm seeing are places that buy and sell cafe and cacao, chocolate and stuff. So it's definitely a hub, industrial hub for coffee and chocolate production here out of Peru. Kind of cool. And there's some places that are roasting. Clearly, I can smell those for a domestic market, I guess. And then, this is a big mall, but it's pretty high security by local standards, of course. And but it's nice. It means that Mira's safe, I'm safe, as long as they let me into the grocery store. I've been wandering around this grocery store, trying to work the aisles, get what I need. And I'm like, oh, it feels like it's been so long. And I checked my watch just to compare it to see, just like what I feel like subjectively. And then for the tour divide is what I was thinking, right? And it's only been 11 minutes, but it feels like it's been 45 minutes. So it's interesting. I can do things pretty quickly, but if I had a plan, I'd be out by now.
Ahí está. 112 con 30.
Gracias. Buenas. Ah, sí.
El resto lo lleva en su mochila, ¿verdad?
Sí. Hi, baby. Yes, it was a good place to stock up, but it's expensive. You want one? Oh, how does that taste? Hey. All right, groceries are done. Really just got snack stuff and lunch stuff. Some cans of tuna and mayo, an onion, bunch of cookies, and I got some liquids, and I had a high protein yogurt this morning for breakfast. I'll probably grab something else along the way if it's convenient. Hi, tráfico. Hey, you dummy, come on. Some guys selling something called Thai. Let's see what it's all about. Hola, buenas. Oh, tranquilo, lo siento. ¿Qué es eso?
Es guava, pues se llama también en Pacay.
¿Es dulce? ¿Cuánto sería cada una?
No, acá hay 2 soles. 2 soles acá hay.
2 soles. Solo quiero...
Uno.
Sí.
Mira, acá hay 1 sol.
Un sol. Sure. Es dulce. Aquí tiene. Ah, interesante. Okay. Y el pipa, no. Solo esta parte es basura. Okay. ¿Cómo se llama? Es
Allá no dicen pacay, lo dicen guava.
guava o el pacay.
Pacay, ajá.
Gracias. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
David.
David, mucho gusto. Gracias por la información. We got ourselves a little bit of fruit here called pacay from David. He used another name there too, but I understood him to say guava. But being a Canadian, guava, yeah, as a juice or guava jelly. I mean, that's what this could be. So they're like big green pea pods, like massive. I'll show you one later when we eat them. That's it, drink your water. Mira didn't eat her breakfast this morning, so I'm putting it out again. I'm gonna try one of these bad boys. Do you want one? I've learned not to eat too much of this kind of stuff, this new stuff. I did that before in Mexico with some sort of similar things that grow on trees. It was just like the pod, and you open the pod and eat it, like it was much smaller. It's like the internal bits of this. And I ate a lot of them, and yeah, not so good. Overindulged. So let's take a look here. Yeah, let's tear it apart like you did. And then it looks all moldy. That's what it looks like there. Yeah. Not as good as pitahaya. Dragon fruit. Hello, you want your bum scratched? You want your bum scratched? Ho ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Dancy, 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 dancy. Dancy. Okay. What's the plan? So we've left Hyen. We've ridden about 20 kilometers out of here, out of the city. It's a bit chaotic in there. It's not my favorite city. And now we're making our way to Cajamarca. Yeah, so I think we're going to be on some smaller roads in a little bit here. We're just riding up this paved section. And then we'll be into the mountains, into that zone out there. Yeah. We're just taking a little break here in the shade before we get up there, get some hydration in. I'm gonna have a fluid rebalance myself and then give Mira a chance to get out of the sun a bit and give her also another chance to see if she'll eat her food. So Maya 3, Los Puentes. Baby, hello. Nice gravel. Eh? Oh, feels good to be back on the gravel, on the rough roads. Yeah. It's gonna be a hot one, baby. It's gonna be a hot, hey. This is crazy. We just go over one climb, leave Hyen, and we go from what feels more like a jungle, lowlands, big broad leaves, humid, to complete change in vegetation, acacias and other spiny trees. Yeah, it's more like riding in Colorado all of a sudden. Work in the meantime. So yeah, just take care of this little girl. See, sweetheart? Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're just taking a little break in the shade here. I'll show you around. Hey, Mira, some agua? ¿Quiere agua? Oh, yeah. Chill out, eh? Yeah. Perfect little spot for us to hang out in here. Hey, Mira, we'll let you cool down a little bit. I need to cool down too. Got a little freezy here. Want some of that, Mira? Oh, yeah. Your little face, huh? Okay, lay down, baby. Yeah. It's perfect timing. Mira got into the river, got cooled off, and we just rolled along to a little restaurant here. So I've ordered 4 fried eggs, rice, French fries, and a Coke. Yeah, it's perfect. ¿Tiene ají?
Yes. Me llevo esto, ¿no?
Sí. Unos huevos y arroz y papas fritas. Yeah, we're just leaving town. Chorros is the name of the town. Wow, so low. At 463, the map says. Yeah, it'd be nice to camp near one of these rivers tonight. One of these mountain rivers. Hopefully it's not too muddy. Yeah, we'll see how it all goes. It was lovely family that owns that restaurant. They have a nice little Pekingese doggy. It was friendly, but it was very clean, and the service was very attentive and hospitable. It was very nice. So that was 13 soles. Just to get some proteins and carbohydrates in the body, and reasonably economical. Alright. Yeah, eres una. Hola. No muerde. No, ella es muy amigable. Sí, casi puro amor. Hola. ¿Qué pasa? ¿No? ¿Peligroso? This couple of young fellas just rocked up on their motorbike, and they haven't gone into the water yet, but one guy's taking off his shoes and putting them on,
And them, so we'll see how
throwing
this
some
goes.
rocks in the water. You can't see, it's
I'd wanna
so
be
milky and dirty, but they're going to give it
upstream
a
of the
try,
bike,
these guys. See,
and
they're going to
then-
see how deep it is.
Yeah, sort of take it downhill. Yeah, like they're doing. There you go. Oh boy. Ánimo. Yeah.
¿Qué es eso? Es cacao.
Cacao.
Cacao. Para chocolate.
Ese para el chocolate.
¿Cuánto tiempo para sacar?
Cuando el día está bueno, 3 días de sol.
Solo 3 días en sol.
Sí, sí.
Si no hay lluvia,
Sí,
pero viento es mejor.
así es.
Wow.
Hay que fermentarlo unas 4, 5 noches de fermentado.
Ah, ok.
Al cacao para que agarre color, si no se queda blanco.
Ok.
Ajá.
Yeah, sí, huele.
Sí.
Ah. ¿Hay una tienda cerca aquí?
Ay, acá en la puerta, ¿dónde está la moto, ve?
Oh, sí,
Sí.
en el muro blanco.
Ahí, sí.
Ok.
En la de 2 plantas.
Ah, ok.
Sí.
Gracias, señor. Que tengas un buen día.
Ya, de igual manera.
Gracias por la información. Hola, guapo. Yay! Well, that feels good on the feet. We're back into our usual terrain, which are these mountain roads. We're just puttering along. It's 3:30, and probably in another half an hour I'll start to sort of think about a campsite. Would have liked to have gotten further today. Here, hold on a sec. I need 2 hands for this. Yeah, I would have liked to have ridden further today, but you know, we had that river crossing, had to walk across. Had a good lunch. We're only at 50 kilometers. Would have liked 20 more for sure, but yeah, we'll see how things go. And right now we're just climbing, so things are gonna slow down. Perfect spot to take in the view on the outside of this switchback. So yeah, it's almost 4 o'clock, and now we're gonna start looking for a campsite. Yeah, what do I look for? So just in kind of categories, there's like safety and security, and then there's sort of comfort of the camping part. And then it's also important for me that there's space for Mira to run around. And on these switchbacks, or sometimes on these roads, there's little cuts above or below into where the farmers are working so they can access their field, and sometimes there's a flat spot there. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for those kind of things. I've seen a few along the way. So yeah, some of them kind of go down and then maybe it flattens out. So something like that would be good. It's a ways from the road. Yeah, so then I'm just looking for a spot that's flat enough for the tent. It doesn't have to be that big. Yeah, so why don't we go take a look for a campsite, and we'll talk some more about that when we find one and why I chose it, okay? And this is what I was kind of hoping for. Something that cuts back, gates open, and even better if the landowner, the campesino, is there, because I can just ask them, and usually they're going to say yes. Good girl, Mira. ¿Qué tipo de plantas? Yuca, ah, sí.
Yuca, frijolito y maíz.
Sí, hay mucho maíz, mucho trabajo. I don't know if you can see Ibarra, is his name. He's moving there. He's wearing blue, so it's hard to see. And that is our view tonight. That's the last town that we went through. Right there, we came up this road, past where you see that smoke. Let's see if we can zoom in there. Yeah, past where you see the smoke. Right up in there. That's where that raging creek is. spot for the bike. And then, yeah, lots of mosquitoes, bugs. So I'll get washed off in a bit. Hey, Mira. Yeah. Yeah, that's our spot right here. Hey, Mira. Mira's had her dinner and some water. Hello, my girl. Yeah, scratch your bum. Oh, you're gonna push me over? You're gonna push me over? You need a brush. You only shed twice a year. 6 months in the spring and 6 months in the fall. Which time is it now? Oh my goodness. Yeah, hopefully we don't need the fly tonight, but you know, it's handy there. I'd just be nice to get the view as long as possible. I'll suck it up. You know, the view it's a pretty good one. The Via Natura. Not sure about cranberries and dogs, but I'll treat them like raisins. Not good. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, a little warm, huh? It's nice to be able to keep the fly off. Right. Charge up the phone a little bit. Okay, see ya. Bye. Bye-bye. Good morning. How are you doing? You got a stick ready? Do you have a stick? You have a stick ready, Mira? Oh, good girl. Okay, I'm almost ready. Mosquitoes, Mira. Hey, biting insects. Oy. Okay, baby. Let's go. Yes. You ready? Oh my goodness. So happy that we found and chose to camp under this roof.